From WNYT Albany, News Channel 13 live at 5 begins right now.
Tonight's top story, part 2. A drinking and driving law that took effect last year is about to get tougher. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Benita Zahn. Jim is off tonight. Starting Sunday, anyone convicted of DWI will be required to install an ignition interlock in all vehicles they own or operate. It's the second part of what's called Leandra's law, which makes drinking and driving with anyone under the age of 16 in the car a felony. But one attorney questions if part 2 of the law is fair. Sabrina Dami reports.
It says test required, blow evenly. Now it analyzes the sample, and assuming that it's 0, which it is, I can now start the car.
If you get caught drinking and driving, even if it's your first time, you will need to install one of these devices. Craig Lotz's family has been selling ignition interlocks for 13 years. There are 3 models. This is the most basic. The next 2 versions include biometric facial recognition. A camera is mounted to the dashboard to make sure it's you in the driver's seat.
So if I handed the device over to my son or a friend of mine who is sober, if I was under the influence, which one would ask, why am I driving? But nonetheless, people do some crazy things, so this would prevent that from occurring.
Ignition interlocks cost about $100 to install, and then anywhere between $70 and $100 a month. The person convicted of DWI is required to pay for it. Just to show you how sensitive the device is, Craig demonstrates by taking a small sip of scotch, swishing it around his mouth, and then he spits it out. He blew a .385, obviously extremely high for not even ingesting any alcohol. For attorney Thomas Carr, though, the way the law is written is a problem. The part he's focusing on is any individual convicted of drinking and driving must install the device not only in their vehicle, but in any vehicle they operate.
Not only do they have to put the ignition interlock device on their car, they would have to put it on the spouse's car as well. So in a sense, you've got somebody who was never arrested, never charged, never convicted of DWI, having to go through some of the same punishment as the person who has been convicted.
Sabrina Dami, News Channel 13.